Hi guys. So I just got done making something, and it was kind of an idea that I've had for a while, but Wmpyr also mentioned something like this, and so I kind of took it and ran with it, and this is what I ended up with. I made me a spear. Basically, if you remember my old, well, not old, but my stick that I was talking about with the shout out for Primal Punch video, which was basically the 3/4 inch, 18 inch sections of pipe. Both of these are 18, for those of you that missed that one. These are both 3/4 inch sections, 18 inch sections of 3/4 inch diameter pipe. I've got an end cap here, I've got a connector here, and I did have an end cap at the end. Basically what that allowed me to do is it allowed me to do some Heaven 6 training and use it as a workout implement, but then I could also use it as self-defense, and if I joined them together like so, then I could use it as a Joe or as a for stick fighting with a longer section. Well, and then I got the idea of a warhammer section, which is just basically a simple 4-way with two nipples on the side, and these end caps then allow me to stick like a ferro rod or some blowgun darts or something like that, because I can turn this into a blowgun very easily. And since I have a 4-way, I decided to have a 10-inch nipple sticking straight out of it, and attached to that I took a 3/16 inch thick, 2 inches wide, and basically a 3-foot flat bar stock, chopped it in half and set the bevel with this so that it's a decently sharp rough edge. I literally ground this bevel in with an angle grinder, and I chopped this thing with an angle. Pretty much everything I did with an angle grinder. I cut a slot into the 10-inch pipe, basically 5 inches down, and I was going to weld this flat bar stock to it, but I ran out of oxygen on my welding equipment, so I ended up pretty much cutting a couple of notches out of it and attaching it with a really tight radiator clamp, hose clamp, and it seems to be holding up just fine. And the way I've got this thing set up, I really have no worries about it rattling loose or anything like that. But I may go ahead and weld it on at a later date. I don't know. But so far, this is what I've got. And the great thing about this is that I can take this off. And now that I have this off, I can use it as a knife or machete, and then I can also just screw it back on, and now I have a spear. And these side parts here, not only could I use them for hammering as I would a war club, but now these sides here I can also use as a sledgehammer or whatever else. But if somebody is coming up to attack me, I can either stop them with this side point here, just boom, right here, and then come back across, slash across the face, and stab straight in from here. Okay. I can also use these if something's coming towards me or off to the side. I can literally hook and trap that thing and pull it in closer and slash here and stab here. So pretty much it's the slashing, trapping, stabbing type thing. of course I would also have the same benefit of using it as a warhammer if I need to. Also, these side pieces here, I can grab a hold, and if I'm injured or something, I can use this as a type of cane or a walking device to help me basically get out of dodge if I need to and my leg is broke or something. Something else that's cool about these is I can separate this at the middle joint, so I only have this section, and take one of these off, and now I will have a implement with the right degree, with the right angle. Okay, well, if I take the spear point off, take it all off, so that all I've got is this here, right? What that would do is that would also give me a tonfa club or something similar, and there are people that have trained with tonfa for a very long time that are good at it. I'm not one of them, but there are people that are, and if they chose to make something like this, then they would also have that tonfa option. So there's a lot of options built into this thing, and it is ugly. It is ugly. It's the ugliest darn thing that I've came up with. On the other hand, it works. So, sometimes when you're looking at being able to make things in a situation, looks are just looks. They're just that. Sometimes the things that'll save your bacon isn't what's pretty, it's what works, and this works. And I'll tell you exactly how much each part of this cost. The two pipe sections were $7 a piece, so that's $14. The connections, this was $1.50, so we're already up at $15.50. 3 end caps, they were about 75 cents a piece, so we're at $17. These two side nipples here, those were $3, so $23. The 10-inch piece here, that was, wanting to say, another $5, so $28. Another $5 for the 4-way here, so we're up to $32. And then the flat bar stock I got for $8 for 3 feet. So if you just got a 1.5 foot section of it, it would probably run you $4, but we'll go ahead and say $8. So for $40, I've got a very strong spear / walking stick that I can affectionately call a whoop'em stick. So, so not only do I have the spear point, I've got the warhammer sides that I can use for striking, and then I've got the other two sections. Notice that all of this is modular, and since everything is pretty much standard, as long as you stick with the 3/4 inch section diameter pipe, or the same diameter of pipe, whatever you choose. They even have smaller diameter, like a 1/2 inch diameter, and that would be lighter. Personally, I don't care about how heavy it is. I'm more interested in its stability, but if you wanted to go with a 1/2 inch, everything would be cheaper. So, but either way, so I'm happy with it. So anyway, thanks guys. I appreciate your comments, I appreciate your views, I appreciate your time. Defend your homes wisely.